Hey guys, welcome back to EA Sports FC 24 Arsenal Career Mode. I'm currently live right now because I actually recorded the audio for this episode and somehow the mic didn't work the whole time. I finished the whole thing. It was like 11 minutes in and somehow there's something wrong with the mic. And right now I have to redo it again. And dinner time is ready coming up soon for me and my computer's about to die, so better fix that before anything else. So, meanwhile, I'm going to charge my computer. Let's talk about today's game. By the way, Arsenal had indeed played against Seville already yesterday, and I still haven't made a podcast about that yet. But that podcast will be out very soon. Hopefully by tomorrow, I can get that. Podcast away. So first game against Bournemouth. Well, technically this is pretty much the last episode of the live or the post-match commentary, which I've been doing for the past 3 games. And I think after today, it will be live commentary for the remainder of the series. As you guys know, this will be the last season of the series. I just can't do season 3, guys. I just can't. I mean, right now, I changed the slider. I made it a little bit more difficult. Yes, it feels like we start to drop points. We start to concede goals. We start to concede more goals than I thought it would be. So, but then again, I feel like with the squad that we have, I mean, I signed Jude Bellingham, we signed Wirtz, we signed Raya, those top players. I mean, after that, we have been doing quite well in the league, to be honest. But I just need to know. I just know that this will be the last series. I don't care what you guys are gonna think about it, but this is pretty much the last. My phone just rang. This is pretty much the last post-match commentary that I'm going to do with the series, and also the last series of the Arsenal Career Mode. So, let's get into the game. Right now, we're playing against Bournemouth. First game. This is kind of giving me the real life Bournemouth game from last season. We're 2 goals behind. Defensively, we have been very, very bad. Very, very bad. There's a comedic goal just now. It was Saliba, Gabriel, Ramsdale, everything all mixed together, just causing a lot of trouble at the back. And right now we got one back, Jude Bellingham from a counterattack, and we got one back with 19 more minutes to go. And later on, here comes the corner kick. It's been headed out. Back to Rice, back to Torres, and he had that little room, and every time when you give him that little room to shoot, he is going to shoot. And guess what? Torres has scored another banger. Every time he comes on, I'm telling you. Every time he comes on, every time he starts, he always scores a banger. Not some sort of tap-in whatsoever, but every time he comes on. Long shot, curve shot, chip shot, anything you can name it, he always make an impact and trying to win new games. Even though he's not a starter for the club at the moment, which is fine. 83 minutes in, here comes for us once again. Zinchenko crosses in the middle. Vlahovic has completed the comeback right here. Again, this is, like I said, giving us the real-life Bournemouth fight where we're 2-0 down. Everybody just kind of scratched that off from winning the game. But this team is just really persistent at the moment. Nothing can beat us down, even though having a poor performance. But we're willing to try. I think this is something that I've been long living with, is the fact that I don't mind like the result can be bad, but the individual performances cannot be. I mean, everybody can have a bad performances, but as long as they put a much better effort than what we see, then everything will be okay. And that is the exact moment where I thought it was true, because defensively we weren't good. But offensively, we kind of attacked them as a unit, and we did it by winning 5-4. Nobody thought we were gonna win, and we did. So, second game of today's episode against Salzburg at home. This will be the final game of the group stage, and right now all we have to do is pretty much to win this game, and not allowing Inter Milan to qualify for the round of 16 as the first place team. Because if they did, we will get a much harder, difficult draw than the second place team. So we did that by scoring the first goal by Gabriel Jesus from a very tight angle. He scores it with style and also with his signature celebration in the end. We make it 1-0 later on. 4 minutes after scoring the first goal, a great assist, a great through ball to Bukayo Saka. 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. This is such a cool and calm finish by Bukayo Saka. And this is what you want from Bukayo Saka. You don't want him to rush in front of the goal. You don't want him to panic in front of the goal. Instead, he took it very calmly and he made it 2-0. And 10 minutes later, this would have been definitely the goal of the season. We somehow scored this one. Torres came on for Martinelli in today's game. Look at how close this goal could have been, or else it would have been the goal of the season. It was just an inch off the post, but so close, making it 3-0. But 56 minutes in, it's just a tiny mishap in the end, and they got one back. Timber just allowing the player to score from that range as well. But in the end, we kind of hold on into the latches and we win it by 2-1. And congratulations to Arsenal, because we are qualified as the first place team in the Group G. And certainly Inter Milan should be a little bit more disappointed in themselves losing that game, and they will qualify as the second place team. And right after that, we found out in the round of 16 we have been drawn against AC Milan. First leg is going to be away at San Siro once again, so it's the same thing for some reason. Going back to San Siro once again, and unfortunately, Yaka Kivior has picked up a 3-month injury with a broken toe. So this is pretty much the perfect opportunity for me to sign some players in January transfer window, right? I mean, we have 151 million to spend. We have to spend it on defense at one point. I feel like, yeah, we have Gabriel Saliba, but I feel like both of them have been dropping form lately, and even if I ask Timber to fulfill the job, it's still kind of different. Timber do not have that type of physicality. I don't think Timber has that height to be the player, to be the defender or the center back in the Premier League. But honestly, even Lisandro Martinez can do that, to be honest. But you know what? It's fine. Lisandro Martinez is Lisandro Martinez. We just need to go ahead and sign a new player. But of course, we have been all eyeing for that one signing in the January transfer window. That is Mark Guayi. He will be coming on pretty much. I mean, I already know that. I haven't recorded the next episode yet, but I'm sure I'm definitely going to sign him at the moment. So keep an eye out for the next game, because we'll be playing against Manchester United in the first game of tomorrow's episode. I don't know the result yet because I haven't played that yet. But third game of today's episode against West Ham away from home. Unfortunately, we dropped points once again. But then we realized that City had lost, which means we're currently 3 points clear of them. I'm very, very happy to see that, because Man City, pretty much at the moment, we are having a 2-horse race once again between us and Man City. Even though we're currently 3 points ahead of them. But still, game still game. Right now, at home against Leicester United, a very poor side in general. They're currently sitting at 20th, so I decided to switch up the team a little bit. And surprisingly, I've put Basuma as the central defensive midfielder and also Onana as the left eight. Yes, after around 45 weeks, I finally converted Onana into a left eight. Hopefully, I'll be able to use him more in that area of the pitch. I feel like he could be a successor of Granit Xhaka, even though he started off as a central defensive midfielder, but I feel like he can definitely strive in the in the left 8 role. But within 45 minutes, we have scored 3 goals already. Both of our defender have scored. Saliba and Gabriel, they scored. Flavio scoring the first goal, and later on Flavio scoring the second goal, I believe so. And later on, Pedro Neto coming on for Saka, scoring very early goal right there after he came on. It was just a tap in, but you know what? He was right there at the right time. Give credits to him. 5 minutes in, we got the ball right after the kickoff, and all of a sudden, here comes Pedro Neto, curves this one to left corner, and we have made it to 6-0. You cannot ask for a much easier game than that. But Pedro Neto makes it 6-0, and we are continuing our greatest form in the Premier League. Even though we dropped points in the last game, but still, we have been unbeaten for a while, or maybe a few games since the Leicester defeat. Right now, final game of today's episode against Aston Villa away. again at Villa Park against the former Arsenal player Chambers and also Martinez. Speaking of Martinez, look at this play right here. Just completely poor by the Golden Glove or the goalkeeper of the tournament, Martinez. But there's no power behind that shot before Saka. But Chambers should have probably done better by giving more pressure to Saka on the ball. But we couldn't really find another chance until the 81st minute. Torres decided to keep the ball in because he can see that Vlahovic was eyeing for goal at the back post. And he did that exactly. And he heads that one in. Make it 2-0 to end this episode. And also to end the 2024 calendar year. And we will be moving on to the January transfer window. To the January, of course, the first game back will be playing against Manchester United away from home. So that is all for today's episode. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in a bit.